Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I had a lovely dinner with my sister and two of my brothers and some other family, and it was a lovely dinner. I actually connected on a spiritual level very well today with a few people. I brought my cards with me, so I did a few people's cards, and it was just a really nice, peaceful time. But I have to say, this morning when I did this read, it was crazy windy, and there was definitely a storm brewing. And so I want to go through this read for you. I did want to get it out to you for today and tomorrow. And I just did a small meditation to see what was coming up. And the message was easy coming up because it was connected to what came up earlier in the reading. And it had to do with the bridge. That today the bridge was coming up as the block. So as opposed to like building a bridge between two things, it was about the ion, right? The ion is the extension. It's the connection, the reaching out to another, the expansion. And it's instead of a bridge, like a belt that clasps from both sides. It's like each end, instead of building a bridge between them, each side expands so that then they come together from their expansion, not because they build something between them. So I hope you understand that message. The message for the Divine Masculine today here was the SIRIAN Starseed deck, which is the main deck for the read, was cut at 11:39 to 40, which is 11 is Justice, 39 and 40 are the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. Very much that sweet, innocent love and the offer of love. Then the read was done at 11:55 to 56, which is the 55 of the Ace of Swords, and the 56 is the Two of Swords. Very much about the truth and triumph in the truth, that the truth shall set you free. And the 56 being the two of being in your knowing without having to see, right? Trusting your knowing, trusting your intuition. So we have the 28 today, which is the Two of Wands, the two flames, the twin flames. And actually, the first license plate that I noticed on the way to my sister's today was 28. First I was seeing her numbers. She's 31 soul number, and I was seeing 31 and 13 on two different cars in front of me. And then I saw the 28, and that's what I was following to her house. And then on the messages that were passing by me were 4 zeros and a 7 on a plate, 00007. And then the next one was very cool. Shoot, what was it? Oh, it was spelled R-I-Z-E, like rise, but R-I-Z-E, and then 53, which is the Knight of Swords, right? So that's the messenger of truth. Rise, messenger of truth. That was a really cool message. But anyway, there was a bunch of plays that were pretty cool going there. So let's see here. The major arcana for this read in front of you, for the Divine Masculine, again, this is a general read, for the Divine Masculine energy. So it's for the masculines, for the masculine twin flames, as well as the Divine Feminines, their masculine side. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't force it to fit ever. Let's see here. All right, so the major arcana for the read were Ascension, which is like the world in the traditional deck, Guidance, which is like the Hierophant, Luna, the moon, the Lovers, and the Strength card. We had 2 swords, 2 cups, and 2 wands. So very much about twos again. It was very cool today. We had triple twos there, and then in the cards, we had triple sixes and triple eights, and then lesser so double fours. So we had triple twos, triple sixes, and triple eights in the read today. Very significant. Then we also had, let's see here, the number 12, which is the Hangman and Wisdom. 56, that Two of Swords that was the time of the read today. The number 8, which is the dance of the masculine and feminine within you. The 46 of the Children in the Garden, the 6 of Cups. The 68 of the Page of Pentacles, the Perpetual Student. And the 24, these 3 are lesser so. The 24, which is the Queen of Wands. The 45, the 5 of Cups. and the 58, which is the Four of Swords. So we only had one court card in the main part of the read. And guess what that was? Well, today's date adds up to, it may be the 28th today, but it adds up to the 51, which is the King of Swords, which was the only court card in this read. Before the read, because I pull a few cards by my guidance on either side of the read, before the read, the Queen of Cups came up, and after the read, the Queen of Wands came up. But the King of Swords was the only one in the main part of the read. The message here on the code line was all about forgiveness, but the F was covered, so it was coming up as or giveness, since it's Thanksgiving. So that was pretty cool. The message here was all about the King of Swords, or the Master of Orbs in this deck. And it was all about the bridge, or the gateway, and the Sophia, or the collective consciousness of the Divine Feminine. And the Sophia being the masculine sense, right? Because the masculine energy is more grounded, the feminine energy is more etheric. So it's saying to see that bridge, the gateway, from one to the other, through his own feminine energy, the Sophia energy, using his sense. And it was coming up as ascension. So a sense is a reaching out, a connection. The ion. The ion is what reaches out to the other atoms, right? So it's about, again, that bridge. And instead of building a bridge between, it's about extending yourself, or expansion, in order to connect with each other individually. And then I was coming up as the Master of Orbs, or the King of Swords, as alternating currents in his I am self, his God self, and woe, okay? And needing to forgive others and himself. And the King of Swords can also come up as the AC, as air conditioning, right? Because he's an air sign. So the conditioning of the air sign to toggle up and forgive during the ascension. So also the SAE was coming up, which in medicine is a serious adverse event. The serious adverse event being the I, the lowercase I, which for me is the chakra system with the third eye. And I, God, right? The I am presence, your higher self, your connection with the collective consciousness. It's like a serious mistake or a serious adverse event to see yourself as the God. Instead, use your senses to reach out to another, right? So it's not about the service to self, but the service to others through your higher self, though, by going within and connecting to the collective consciousness. So again, coming up with the alternating currents of the King of Swords. And a lot of acronyms were coming up for this coding, having to do with SA, which came up as different things. It comes up as Sexaholics Anonymous, so that may be coming up for someone, as well as the initial group that the Nazi Party's original paramilitary, basically, was very significant in his rise to power in the 1920s and 30s. It was founded in 1921 in Munich. And I'm not even going to try to say the name of it. Let's see. Sturmabteilung. It's Sturmabteilung. Anyway, that's the name of this group. And they're also referenced to as the Brown Shirts, or the SA. Literally, storm detachment. Also, Seaman Apprentice came up for SA, as well as South Africa was very significant. But it's also South America, the domain of Saudi Arabia, chemical, which is Sumerian, the chemical code, the Salvation Army, South Australia, and again, the stormtroops. So there's a lot about military coming up, along with the King of Swords, which is very, very military. The stormtroops, also semi-annually, which has to do with the eclipses, and also meaning without year or date, SA. Also, medically, it's the sacro-anterior position, and also San Antonio came up. So then also GWO came up, which is the Global Wind Organization, and as I'm writing it down, it's crazy windy outside. So I love how Spirit always coordinates these things. So as it was like, it literally felt like, Dorothy's house in the Wizard of Oz around here. The wind was so strong. And then I get in my codes, the Global Wind Organization. So wind was definitely coming up. South Africa came up as significant, as well as the air with the wind and the air sign of the Master of Orbs, the King of Swords, and also the military, that militant position. And here we have, the storm is coming. We have storm detachment, and also storm troops came up. Also the seaman apprentice has to do with feelings, right? With the sea. The apprentice of being at sea experienced the deepness of his ocean and gaining his sea legs or his own bridge in order to extend, right? Like a collapsing extension, extend himself instead of bridging a bridge. If two people extend themselves, then they don't need a bridge because they extend to each other. The military army, the sense of alternating currents in regards to the King of Swords and the wind, right? So where the wind blows him and his alternating currents. So right now, it may be hard to keep track of where he is because he keeps changing position, alternating currents, and having to do with the wind and the storm. God or woe, and remember woe is the other part of man that makes woman. But also instead of forgiveness, we're getting or giveness, which then comes up here again. God or woe or giveness, which came from forgiveness. But for today, Thanksgiving, forgiveness. So I love how they brought all of that together. So the read today starts out with the Six of Swords in the underlying energy. We also had the Queen of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. So all here is the Six of Cups, and then the Six of Swords was there, the Queen of Cups, then the two eights, the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles, and then the Six of Pentacles here, and then the Six of Swords there. And so you see two of the eights and one of the sixes there of the three of each. Three sixes and three eights in the read today. So there's no peace here for the Divine Masculine with the Queen of Cups reversed, in prison, working to align, but not sharing, or could be in debt or giving away too much, or inequity of a relationship. We have the Hermit reversed, the Hierophant reversed, and the Empress reversed, all standing side by side, which can be Virgo, Taurus, and Taurus. Coming out divorced, perhaps, the Empress reversed. The Queen of Swords speaks the truth of or with the King of Cups, third party, gossip, antisocial behavior, overindulgences, or just no joy of war. With the Queen of Pentacles reversed, surrounded, losing money, or all about the superficial life. With the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, which can be a dysfunctional family or a big loss. It can be a big institution as well that may have gone under. But definitely the exclamation point comes up here, which is the opposite of the chakra system. So the lowercase I is the chakra system. The exclamation point is reaction. Reaction to great loss of money and or family or large institution went down. The Queen of Pentacles reversed may have lost a job or family or frustrated with dysfunctional family, all ungrounded or all about sex and money. Not testing the waters because the path is all dried up. The bridge came tumbling down, all right? So the movie came up, the bridge came tumbling down, which was 19 men who drowned in June of 1958 in Old Vancouver town, 79 men working to build this bridge. And then a big wind hit the bridge and came tumbling down because the bridge is what was causing the gap, all right? So this is the connection here for the message here. So here again brings up, the wind and bridging the gap and all that kind of stuff. And this was separate from what we already got. So again, the bridge came tumbling down because a big wind came and hit the bridge. It came tumbling down because, and here's the connection, the bridge is what was causing the gap. Because they needed to not cross the bridge and stay and work things out with family, which is what today, Thanksgiving, when you come together with family. The big institution closes and then forces employees to go home and face issues with their family and home. Frustration, sexual and creative blocks to find peace. Happy family out today, emotional fulfillment with lovers divine grieving the war the times of no peace, to create the peacetime efforts. And that was at 1236. 12 is the hangman, 36 is the 10 of wands. So then we turn the page to the 1237, which is the King of Cups, leaving the burdens behind in order to go into unconditional love of the King of Cups. The disconnect at the new moon, which we've just passed, and or deception, all out to deal with. Fighting, competing, conflict, games, expansion, and the quest of the Emperor to win. And you notice that win is part of wind, except for the D, which is the divine director. That comes up, and that's come up many times for me as Metatron and Michael. The team, the divine director coming up as the team, like the dogs are out. To be the lover, so the quest of the Emperor to win, to be the lover of the beloved, now a man of two women, watching lovers with another, pomegranates and origamis on the floor at the spa, the kingdom, the casino, and or the resort, putting all out on the table, the sword, the mirror, and cup, the truth, reflection, and emotions in metal scroll work, with finger on the blade to test the sharpness of the words to say. The Emperor with trophy bride, two women or two girls getting ready to present his case, or how to explain a breakup and deception to children for whom he holds great affection. Self-discipline came up for the masculine, which is number 41, the Ace of Cups. And then underneath that was surrender, which is number 91. The High Priestess reversed, not using their intuition, or a secret that's out, which can be a passion. Conflict with the Fool, or foolish behavior and fighting about it, a foolish past, or looking back and tripping up, falling or dropping the facade to be more authentic and break his patterns. Coming clean or still a bit sneaky with synchronicities and options and or activities are many, causing great pain, betrayal, death, and Bambi there to the rescue, his only saving grace. Ivy and doves, growth on the vine and wings to fly, out of emotions coming clean about deep felt emotions. Fire and violet light, sparkles and rainbows, ending pain using sweetness when no peace and great frustrations in the war or defensiveness about lovers and self-discipline. In the recent past is the Five of Cups upright, with the Queen of Cups reversed, sad, impatient, and or fallen angel of deception at the new moon, with the King of Swords moving or ending a marriage, or visiting a friend or relative's house, or third party through work, or no longer home or at work, with Queen of Wands reversed, unhappy, with kids out of control or sick, and Aries free from Leo, or from being pacified or treated like a child. The foundation here is the Ascension reversed, incomplete, with the third-party gossip, no joy in antisocial behavior or overindulgences, the Magician manifesting but refusing to give love to the King of Cups, who could be squashing third-party or the Divine Masculine's own overindulgences. Centrally is the Ace of Wands, reversed though, with frustration, getting a grip on the third energy, offering a new life for message of love, the big coin in exchange for a little bit of love, for Leo or ego or strength of their freedom without the Queen of Wands reversed or kids. The Queen of Wands drained, sick, or overexposed, or sick and tired. In need of peace, but without it, and suddenly an explosion, eruption or epiphany, the challenge being the King of Swords himself, and the King of Wands reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed, surrounding him, and the King of Wands reversed after escaping the workplace prison and bleeding out and walking away in a breakup to dance, to perform judgment, or just to dance and to perform judgment, announcement, or call to action, or to play an actual instrument. An announcement, perhaps, of starting over in love with the sealed divine feminine in another world. Sovereign Queen of Swords on top of the Queen of Cups reversed, or still talking or speaking as he walks out the door. The King of Swords stuck in his emotions suddenly, or eruption or epiphany of the wounded warrior, jealousies of the Queen of Cups reversed, Sovereign Queen of Swords, of the King of Pentacles reversed, closing the gap or the distance for a new life, a new love, and breakup that's been slow but destined of the Hierophant reversed in a divorce fight or spiritual expansion. And that was at 107, the Magician and the Chariot. Now is the Two of Wands reversed without options and working to align with negative self-talk, gossip, spying, or no messages from the wounded warrior. And the Page of Pentacles reversed in need of help, grounding and integrating, drinking from the Holy Grail, inspired to end the pain, offering love by coming clean. The Dark Priestess reversed over the King of Swords and wounded warrior, jealous of superhero, not, or the King of Pentacles reversed, jealous of the King of Swords and the wounded warrior. It can go either way. The High Priestess, grounding and integrating love, as that Dark High Priestess reversed, grounding and integrating love, implementing a plan or strategizing. And the King of Wands reversed, his strategizing his dreams. The King of Wands reversed dreams. The healing, or an Aquarius expressing feelings in a heated exchange. With the Page of Pentacles reversed, injustice and or Libra reversed, in need of help, money, or opportunity, or someone who never learns, or it could be an opportunist as well. But the King of Pentacles reversed, coming up as all about money, or like father, like son, the Magician may be angry about having to manifest closing the gap, and the Knight of Swords holding their tongue about a new life and a new love. In a split, lies, and cutting through the BS, awakening with synchronicities, with a negative past or sad memories, or the past returns in slow motion or slowdown of destiny. Soon for the masculine is guidance, the Hierophant reversed, frustrated dark night starting over in another world. The Knight of Swords reversed holding their tongue to work hard on a quest to cross the bridge. No message or negative message with news or mouthy child or a child who lies, incomplete and their world upside down, or the Divine Feminine sealed in another world. The Taurus energy reversed, divorced or spiritual, or just thinking outside the box, but he's seeing himself as the moon reversed. The new moon, so being new, and the Knight of Wands rushing back passionately after suffering in silence, or running back, or the suffering silence was him running now back to her. The worse over in inequity of the twins and the past, now present, is a gift. The new moon and no more deception. Around him, or how he is seen, is the Eight of Cups upright and walking away without options, letting go to repair and gain clarity. The Queen of Pentacles reversed, separating from the Ten of Pentacles reversed family, or brokenhearted by them and trying to repair things by spending. No options for the Queen of Pentacles reversed but to offer them clarity, or an explanation perhaps. The masculine needs to clear blocks about the lovers that are upright here, under the radar, with Cancer energy or the Chariot, in a bold move or travel to split from the lies and cut through the BS. Forgiveness for the masculine, but even more so today, is abundance and to make the effort. There's no fantasy family here with the King of Wands reversed, going from greed to anger. The strong tiger with the eye on the prize, chomping at the bit in a slowdown or downturn times 2, being strong as the Hierophant reversed, fighting in a divorce or expanding on a quest of spirituality, the ascension path. Being strong or being fire, to the King of Wands reversed, fire with dysfunctional family or financial loss. So this is like the masculine becoming his fire self in order to be strong, to stand up to the other fire energy around him with the King of Wands. Fire sign, Devil and or Capricorn recovers slowly with the Four of Wands reversed, more happy and getting a handle on the third energy, and prisoner rising above, or frustrated and losing sleep. And he's happy about it, you know, pleased with himself, no longer thinking too much. And maybe out of it's time to be done with the rest time. Looking back at memories with family return from the past at Thanksgiving, with the Queen of Wands reversed. And then it ends up with the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Emperor then on top, which looks like a father and two kids on their own. And then the sidebar is the High Priestess reversed, or the secret is out. So no peace and incomplete at the new moon, walking away and within, grieving loss and regret of the third energy, frustration, and challenge by the King of Swords. Divorce, Taurus reversed, for lovers without option, with Tiger's eye on prize. And that tiger can definitely, it's the strength card, but it's a tiger. So for me, it could really be any fire sign. Moving out of rest and past memories of the Queen of Wands reversed. It's just him and the kids now. No peace, grieving, and deep pain. Betrayal, incomplete, another world with the third energy, or no twin. And the challenge being the King of Swords, or himself. And that doesn't have to be himself. It can be something else. It could be a lawyer. It can be military. It can be any kind of professional energy there, or police. The new moon, Taurus reversed. Could also be divorce, spiritual ascension, walking away to the lovers with an eye on the prize, chomping at the bit. Sagittarius saying goodbye to the King of Wands reversed, family, Ten of Pentacles reversed, and moving or coming out about the past with the Queen of Wands reversed. And now it's the kids and the Emperor, and that's it, with the High Priestess reversed on the side, or the secret is out. So that was the read today. I'm going to pull you some oracle cards as well, because I knew that would be on the short side. So we're going to start with the amethyst, not the amethyst skull, from the Ascension deck, okay? And let's see what's just coming up, okay? Take a deep breath. It's November 28, 2019, Thanksgiving Day. For everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Let's clear all negative energies and fill with only beautiful, divine love and diamond light across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities. Filling the empty spaces with that beautiful, divine love and light. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And what is the message? Okay, so we have Buddha coming out. 33, which is the Christ vibration. It's also the Seven of Wands. When you draw this card, Lord Gautama, who became the Buddha, is calling you to live in a state of peace, compassion, and enlightenment. You are ready to expand your consciousness to include all that is and to view the world from a higher perspective. You're asked to live in total harmlessness with all things. This creates safety for you, for all creatures will love you and feel safe with you. Your guidance is to remember we are all one, and to treat each person, animal, and sentient being as if they are a beloved part of you. The affirmation being, I am one with everyone and everything. Okay, let's see what else is coming up here. Okay, that's it. We have a couple other cards here. But the bottom of the deck is the Earth card, number 14, so you can read that if you'd like. 14 is the Temperance card, or the Angels. And these two cards came out right after the Buddha. The Buddha definitely came out by itself. And then Mary Magdalene and Paul the Venetian came up. Okay, so there's Mary Magdalene, which is number 35, which is the Nine of Wands, or the Wounded Warrior. And then Paul the Venetian, which is 37, the King of Cups. So those two came out. And then I got two cards to count, which is only two, which happens to be, I'll show you them too, the Cosmic Heart, which is number 9, the Hermit, the Collective Consciousness, Compassion, and then Lady Portia of 32, which is the Journey, the Six of Wands. All right, so we have 1, then 2, then 2. So it's 5 altogether. It's the 1 of the Magician, and then the 2 twos of the 2 intuitives on the Earth. I'm getting that this is literally like This is like the Christ Buddha energy, marrying the twins with Mary Magdalene and Paul the Venetian. And it's like the witnesses to this is the cosmic heart, which is the collective consciousness, basically, and Lady Portia, who's partnered to Saint Germain of transmutation. So Lady Portia is known as the goddess of justice. As Lord of Karma, she tempers justice with mercy and balance. In order to act with these golden qualities, you must let go of your own projections and prejudices and see the whole picture. When you receive this card, Lady Portia is calling on you to review an aspect of your life or relationships to bring it fully into the fifth dimension. Be generous-hearted, open-minded, and fair, and step aside from judgment, and then your ascension path will be showered with gold. The affirmation is, I am fair-minded, open-hearted, and non-judgmental. So I'm actually going to go with Lady Portia to ask about my past life deck. Okay, so then we're going to pull from the past life deck. So the cosmic heart is Venus. Pure unconditional love is held within Venus at the 9th dimensional frequency, a higher frequency than we can currently access, but that was then. The angels are suggesting you find time today to call on Mother Mary or the unicorns. With their help, you can step down this powerful but gentle love to a level that you can handle and bring it into your heart center. Breathe in love from the cosmic heart and radiate it outwards to everyone today. I am the cosmic heart. For the past life deck for this November 28th, this Thanksgiving Day, 2019, for everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Take another deep breath. And this is for the past life. What is our message? And I'm asking Lady Portia to help us out here. Lady Portia, what is our message? What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? I have a bunch of cards to count, but the bottom of the deck is Persecution and Inquisition, reversed. And the cards that came out were Battles and Wars, which I believe came out yesterday, definitely this week, and then Monk or Nun, reversed. Both of these reversed, which I'm going to look at for a moment, so give me a second for that, but I want to count the cards first. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 is a tower moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, it's definitely 16. But I kept getting... I would get a deep breath or be called to stop at the Medicine Man or Woman reversed. Okay. So I'm getting that you may actually run into more people like coming into their shamanistic energy. And the bottom of this group is the angels reversed. So it's saying that, I mean, your angels are always there for you, but you don't need to call them. You're supposed to find your own power, that you are connected to the collective consciousness, so you are just as capable of bringing in these messages as calling on a master or your angels. And there's information about that came up yesterday too. So we have 2 cards plus the Tower. So we're ending the wars and battles, and we're ending the being a monk or a nun, you know, the hermit, staying within, right? Staying in a closed circuit, being the monk, and ending the battle. And this is like the masculine's ending the war, the feminine's ending, right, her being a monk or a nun, right? I was just getting another message about the angels. It's saying not only, it's saying, you know, these are your angels that you call on, but these are the angels already here on earth. Okay? And there's also energy of the fallen angel. The underlying energy isn't persecution and inquisition because it's reversed. So it's like saying the end of it. It's like the marking of the end of it with this Thanksgiving. There's a relation to the marking of the end of the persecution and inquisition having to do with not only here but galactically too. Like in rising into the, as we're grounding into the fourth dimension and density. It's like, you know, we're no longer the densest beings in the universe, right? They're more able to be more connected to us. So less judgment from our galactic friends as well as our earthly friends. But yeah, I'm definitely getting this each for a masculine and a feminine, one for the wars and the battles and one for the being the hermit, the going within, that time is over. This is like, you know, my joke, how many soldiers does it take to set up a tripod? With reverse, I'm saying there's no more need to try to figure it out because the battle's over. It doesn't matter who did what or who has what piece of the tripod. It doesn't really matter anymore because it's over. The time is over. And we have the 16 of the tower. It's like suddenly it's all over, right? So now the battle's over. It's the coming together. Instead of being a bridge, it's literally melding the two sides together instead of building a bridge separate from the two. It's just extending, expanding themselves into each other. The fusion of the masculine and the feminine. It's very cool energy. So let's see what's coming up for Journey of Love. Okay, so we have Journey of Love. So we had 16 of the tower, and then the two more cards were the 18 there. And we have the 5 over here. 5 and 18 is 23. Oh, that's interesting. On my way home, the plate I saw was 2332, which is the King of Wands and the Journey. So for the Journey of Love, this is November 28, 2019. For everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned. Here we go. I didn't even need to finish. All right. So the bottom of the deck is the breaking number 65, which is the King of Pentacles. That's the underlying energy, the breaking. Then the first two cards came out together, and they have very, very similar energies. Right? The texture, the colors, everything's the same. It's number 10 and number 35, 3 to 1 and intimacy. The 3 coming into 1, into unity. It's very much the same. This is the coming into the vortex, and this is standing in the vortex. Intimacy with the wounded warrior, the 35, the Mary Magdalene energy, and the 10 that's destined to come into the vortex together. This is the process of coming in, and here is standing in the vortex. And this is definitely the merging of the masculine and feminine. They're coming together in a sexual way. They came out together, and then this came out as a third card. And this is actually the back of the card. Okay, this one here, self-initiation, which is number 12, the hangman. Again, so that references the moment on the cross with the 12, and wisdom. And you see this self-initiation, it's totally a different color now, but it still parallels. It really should be like this with the colors. Okay. Because we go from the light, the purples increase in color, or it could be the other way as well. But it's like by self-initiation, you were able, or even this way, you know, as we go to the crown, going from the third eye to the crown in colors, we get lighter. And it's by your own, it's saying, it's basically giving you props, saying by your own self-initiation, which is what this whole deck is about, because it's the back of the card, you see, through your own self-initiation and wisdom of the hangman and the crucifixion, you will bring the Trinity, the three into one, the unity consciousness, with intimacy, allowing yourself to be close, to open your heart completely. So let's see how much we can get through. I kind of want to read all three of them. But I also have cards to count. So let me count the cards real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so 13 is the full transformation, the end, the transition, the death, and the bottom card is the shifting universes, number 7, the chariot. So it's the ascension, and we have just saying you've shifted, like we're going through a change here. And I love this because this is so much about the musical symbols here. Shifting in the universes. And I told my brother today that his energy has totally shifted. Okay, so 13, the end. So there's been a completion here. And 13 was the other side. On my way to my sister's house, I saw 31 and 13. And I remembered it because her soul number is 31. But 13 is the reflection of that, which is the full transformation. 31 is the 5 of Wands, the expansion card. So through the expansion, we experience the reflection of that, the full transformation. So let's read self-initiation, number 12. So self-initiation says you're being touched by a wave of your own light in motion. You can feel the blessings and love that are flowing towards you from within you, and an upsurging wave of love. This is your own pure divine nature. You can choose to empower another as the carrier of your own divinity, of course. And sometimes if you're not quite ready to recognize your own divine essence, this needs to be. Yet at any moment you can choose to recognize that it is you who are initiating yourself into love, that you are the being of light, the divine, that is drawing you forward into yourself. At any moment you can choose to recognize yourself. Will this be such a moment? Okay, so this is paralleling what I told you, that we can always reach out to other masters and guides and angels, but you have the ability to do this yourself. This oracle holds a message for you. There are many teachers on this path, some humble, some wise, some great companions on your life journey, and some who will enter in and out of your life quickly, perhaps imparting a helpful word or teaching you a more challenging lesson about trusting and relying upon your own wisdom. The greatest teacher, however, is life itself. You can trust in your own experiences and know that it is the divine spark within you, the life within you, that is the one true teacher who carries you home in awakened reunion with the divine. It is the life within you that is the one true teacher who carries you home in awakened reunion with the divine. The poem simply says, how easy to love, the words flow when it's right. I dare not tell you. So then we go back to 3 to 1, which says, there is a heavenly child in your midst. It may be within your heart, in your womb, or a glimmer in your eye soon to be. This child holds the key to the fulfillment of a process that is happening for you now. The child might be a physical culmination of your marriage or commitment to another. It might be a symbolic birthing of a new self after a time of learning to bring male energies of protection and discernment together with female energies of feeling and creativity, whether within yourself or in your relationship with another. The child might symbolically be a new life, an improved relationship, a book, a new job, a completely renewed way of dealing with what was once a challenging issue, and so soon will not be an issue for you anymore. Just to name some examples, from masculine to feminine to child, the 3 to 1, there's now just one, a new reality dawning with grace. This oracle holds a message for you. New life is upon you now. You're being reborn and you will give birth to what is meant for you this lifetime. There's no need to worry. Just pray with an open heart that you may be supported to fulfill your destiny. You already are, of course, but prayer can help you realize it. The rest is in the loving and capable hands of the divine. And the poem reads, "Love is what makes the heart beat faster, the lump in my throat, the feeling of missing you so much that I can't wait to be with you again. And then we are, and I look in your eyes deeper, and I know the unspoken words that say I love you, and feel words in return. How short each lifetime seems, but what I feel with you lasts forever. May love be the compass that guides you on the course of a lifetime." And then the final card, 35, is intimacy. And again, this is the Mary Magdalene energy as well, of the wounded warrior. Your vulnerability is the key to your growing spirituality. All right, so this is the intimacy. Now is the time to share yourself openly, without pretense or defensiveness. Let down the barriers that have held you apart from another, from the divine, from the world, and let yourself be held by the experiences of your life without needing to defend against them. Expect nothing and be open to receive everything. Your vulnerability is your way forward now. You are learning that you have enough strength to truly surrender. You are brave enough to allow yourself to be truly lived by the divine. The message of this oracle is that you've recently opened yourself up in new ways to meet the world and your loved ones, or are considering doing so in order to share something of yourself with another. Do it. You are ready to be seen and received more than ever before. The poem is called Intimacy. Becoming one, allowing all that is, both within and without, to blend or fuse. Like a wave meeting the shore, each aspect of who we are is part of a grander whole, and in truth, yet greater still. To know myself is to know you, whether I look in your eyes or touch lips or hold hands, or bathe in the warmth of our embrace. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys. Rise and be love.